Orochi finally reveals his devil fruit form, and it's somehow both incredibly hilarious and terrifying all at the same time. Greetings, my friends. It's time to set sail for another manga chapter of One Piece. If you guys were hoping to see more of Sanji's battle with Page 1 or learn a little bit more about why Big Mom has amnesia, well, too bad, you're not going to get it in this chapter. What you are going to get, however, is a fantastic read all about Orochi, a character who seemingly comes across as a very goofy and stupid villain, yet he's the only one who's actually heeding the warning of the Kozuki clan. He knows that Momonosuke is alive, and it's only a matter of time before either him or even Kinemon arrive to usurp the kingdom and take it back for the Kozuki family. But everybody around him just thinks this is all just a big joke. They've been sitting pretty in the kingdom for 19 years, knowing that everything's been hunky-dory. They've just been sipping on sake and eating rice balls. Nothing bad could potentially go wrong here. That is, of course, until things go wrong. But before we talk about Orochi a little bit more, let's talk about Nico Robin, who in this episode manages to escape from the ninja, hilariously using a clone technique, which within Japanese storytelling, ninjas use clones all the time, so it was really cool that she was able to trick them this way and make a very quick escape, where immediately she runs back into the court of Orochi, where everybody's just having a big raucous party. And we get to see a little bit more of Komurasaki in action, and we get to see that she's actually a very talented musician, but every single time that she plays music, she wears a mask. Now, this is a complete and utter mystery why she's doing it. My personal theory is that she's actually crying underneath that mask, and it's pretty much officially revealed in this episode that she has a strong connection to one of the samurai who actually worked under Odin, or in my personal theory, she's actually the daughter of Odin, the sister of Momonosuke. Yes, she is none other than Hiyori, the mysterious girl who was not sent forward into the future. And it also shows why she has such a strong grudge against Orochi. In fact, one of the most hard-hitting scenes of this entire chapter is when Orochi again is talking about the fact that the Kozuki family could come back and potentially cause a lot of damage for them. And right outside of his court, they go back to that little girl, Otaku, the Komuro who works with Komurasaki, and her typical personality is that she just cannot stop laughing all of the time. You can always see it on her goofy face, and this ends up pissing off Orochi to the point where he actually wants to kill her. But of course, Komurasaki decides that this is something that cannot be done, and she boldly slaps him in the face, which of course pisses him right the hell off. Robin appears from out of nowhere and is actually able to save Toko, and then that's when we finally get to see Orochi's true form, his devil fruit form. And apparently, it's some sort of zone-type devil fruit that transforms him into a Hydra-like monster, a multi-headed dragon. And this makes sense, his name is Orochi, which is all a reference to the Japanese legend of the Yamata no Orochi, but I really love the look of him in this form, because he somehow manages to be funny and scary all at the same time. I love that each of the dragon heads actually has like a lot of sharp teeth, but they also still manage to have like his giant buck teeth as well. They carry a lot of his personality into that design, yet at the same time he still manages to look intimidating and absolutely massive in this form. It's so big that it takes up the entire page, and I really can't wait to see like all of it like in full. This is a crazy arc that is introducing all manner of giant dinosaur and dragons, and it's awesome. I'm really loving it for that. I was kind of hoping that we would get to see a little bit more of the Oni Waban as well, as again, they're just such visually awesome looking characters. I'm glad we got some more close-up shots of them in this episode, but nah, not really anything from them. The implication, of course, is that they are very powerful, as Nami is still hanging out with her new ninja pal, and she, of course, informs them about the power of the Oni Waban, and, of course, their leader, Roku Jukokoko? I don't know how to pronounce his name. I don't know. It's really hard. That's probably the hardest thing about the Wano Kingdom arc for me, is that there are just so many names that are so ingrained in Japanese culture, and even though I watch a lot of anime and read a lot of manga, some of this stuff is really hard to pronounce, so please forgive me if I am just completely butchering a lot of these names. And with that in mind, what's the rundown on this chapter of the One Piece manga series? This one was pretty awesome. I especially loved finally getting to see Orochi's form. I was kind of afraid that it wasn't going to pay off, especially the way that they were portraying it in some of the previous chapters, making it seem a little smaller than it was, but here it was just a huge showcase of ridiculousness. It also shows that while he is a very goofy-looking character, he can probably back up a lot of his words with some extreme power. I also really love that they're building up Kinemon a little bit, who for the most part, ever since his introduction, has mostly been played for laughs. He's an important character when it comes to like the future of the Wano Kingdom, but I never really saw him becoming that crazy of a character, but the way that they actually talk about him in this chapter implies that he is one hell of a samurai, and they're kind of building up a rivalry between him and Kiyoshiro in this chapter as well, the guy with the crazy pompadour. I imagine there's going to be a massive confrontation between these two characters. Komurasaki was also really great in this chapter, as initially she came across as a very cold-hearted bitch. Here, it seems like she has a massive chip on her shoulder, and I can't wait to learn what all of that's going to be about. Like I said, my personal theory is that she is the daughter of Odin, the sister of Momonosuke, or she's just basically the random daughter of one of the samurai who actually opposed Kaido and Orochi in the past. It's very obvious that she has an intense hatred for Orochi, and that's probably another reason why she's wearing that mask. Just getting so close to him just absolutely enrages her, and this is the only way to sort of hide any of her emotion. I can't wait to see more from her character, and honestly, this is just another great showcase for the Wano Kingdom arc. Again, visually speaking, it's a fantastic looking arc with a lot of crazy looking characters. Orochi absolutely is no exception. I'm just so pumped to see what the rest of this arc is going to give us. I'm giving this one a 5 out of 5. I'd love to get your thoughts about it, and you can tell me all of them in the comment section below, and what you hope to see from the rest of the One Piece manga series. And I'd love to hear your thoughts about Orochi's true form, Komurasaki's true allegiance, and where she's actually coming from, and just more. Let's just get a discussion going about this one in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching this review. I'll see you all next time, and as always, stay damn down, baby.